Have you ever met someone who just seems to radiate kindness? They carry a light, even when it feels like the world has only ever shown them darkness. They're the ones who truly care, who always help, who listen intently. Not because life has been easy for them, but precisely because they know how deeply it can hurt when it isn't. They are the kind ones, the ones who hold everyone else together, the ones who make pain look peaceful. But have you ever wondered what's behind that calm smile? There's often a story no one thinks to ask about. A story where kindness wasn't just a choice, it was a survival strategy. When you grow up surrounded by chaos, you learn very early on that being good keeps you safe. You learn that staying quiet can prevent an explosion, that a quick smile can dissolve tension, and that being useful might just earn you a little love, or at least a little less harm. You grow up believing that this kindness is your entire identity. But what if all this time it was actually your shield? People call you the strong one, the reliable one, the one who's always there. They say it like a compliment, but to you, it feels like immense pressure. The truth is, you're exhausted, tired of being so understanding. Tired of holding space for people who never seem to hold it for you. Tired of constantly proving you're a good person by sacrificing a small piece of yourself day after day. You've built your self-worth on being useful. When someone needs you, you feel valuable. But when no one does, you feel completely invisible. At a certain point, it stops being kindness and becomes conditioning. You find yourself saying yes when your whole being is screaming no. You smile when all you want to do is cry. Call it empathy. But underneath, it's fear. Fear of losing connection. Fear of being seen as selfish. We're all told that kindness is a virtue. But no one ever warns you that too much of it can shatter you. For everyone like this, there comes a quiet, pivotal moment. It's the moment you realize you can't keep giving without completely disappearing. It's when your body starts whispering what your mouth has never dared to say. I can't do this anymore. This feeling might show up as anxiety, as burnout, or just a profound numbness. You try to rest, but it doesn't help. Because rest can't fix a problem that boundaries were meant to solve. People often mistake kindness for softness. But the kindest people are often forged in fire. Their softness is a form of armor. Their empathy is a survival skill. You learn to read the mood of a room before anyone spoke a word. You learn to anticipate emotions before they were ever expressed. You became an expert at calming storms before they had a chance to break. And so, you became everyone else's safe place. But in all that time, who became yours? You say, I'm fine, while carrying the weight of someone else's storm. You listen to others as they cry, but your own tears only fall when you're completely alone. You forgive too quickly, love too fiercely, and give too deeply, because a part of you still believes that love is something that has to be earned. Kindness is a beautiful thing, but when it's built on a foundation of fear, it becomes self-eraser. It's the art of disappearing politely, saying it's okay when it absolutely isn't. It's staying silent when your heart is screaming for peace. You start to confuse exhaustion with having a purpose. You mistake your tolerance for patience. And you hold on to the hope that if you just keep giving, eventually someone will see how much you deserve to receive. But that moment rarely comes, because people get used to your silence. Kind people naturally attract the broken, the lost, the ones searching for warmth. But you have to understand, not everyone who comes to your light wants to help keep you warm. Some just need your flame long enough to find their own way out of the dark. And you keep giving them your light, piece by piece, until one day you look down and realize all you're holding is ashes. That is the dark side of kindness, when caring for others becomes bleeding for them. When your generosity becomes a complete surrender of yourself. But you can't just unlearn your nature. You were made to care. You were born to feel things this deeply. The answer isn't to stop being kind. It's to start including yourself in that kindness. You deserve the exact same care you so freely give to everyone else. You deserve to rest without feeling guilty. You deserve to say no without needing to provide an explanation. You deserve to choose your own peace, without apology. True kindness doesn't ask you to set yourself on fire to keep others warm. It asks you to keep your own fire alive so others can find warmth in your glow, suffocate in your smoke. Protecting your peace isn't a weakness. It's profound wisdom. It's learning that love without any limits isn't love at all, it's sacrifice. Constant sacrifice isn't noble. It's a slow, quiet form of self-destruction. One day you'll notice you don't feel the need to explain your no-s anymore. You'll find that silence no longer scares you. You'll feel a sense of peace in your own company. And you will start giving because you genuinely want to, not because you're afraid of what will happen if you dan. That's when your kindness becomes real again. That's when it finally stops hurting. Kindness without boundaries is a wound disguised as a virtue. It might look holy to others, but it feels unbearably heavy to you. And it always ends with you wondering why you're the one left bleeding. You can still love people deeply, but you don't have to carry them to prove it. You can still forgive, but you don't have to reopen the door to more pain. You can still be kind, but you don't have to be consumed by it. The world will try to make you feel guilty. People might say you've changed, and you'll smile softly because you have. You've stopped being a mirror for everyone else's pain and started becoming a reflection of your own healing. You've stopped being endlessly available and started being intentionally alive. That isn't cruelty, it's clarity. You've finally learned that your peace is far more valuable than anyone else's approval. Some nights, you'll still feel that old familiar guilt, that little voice whispering that you're being selfish for choosing yourself. When it speaks, don't argue with it. Just whisper back, I'm not abandoning anyone. I'm just coming home to myself. And little by little, that voice will grow quieter. It will stop controlling you. It will become just another echo of the person you used to be, the version of you that believed love had to hurt. Kindness is still your greatest strength, but now it's clean. It isn't heavy, doesn't come with a side of fear. Now, it looks like boundaries. Sounds like no. It feels like peace. You start realizing that saying no isn't rejection. It's self-respect. Not fixing everything isn't cold, it's healthy. And walking away from chaos isn't unkind, it's wise. You learn to rest. You learn to breathe again. You learn to let people carry their own weight. Slowly, life begins to soften around you. You stop trying to find love through your own suffering. You stop trying to prove your worth through sheer exhaustion. You start living as if kindness is simply who you are, not something you owe to the world. And one day, you'll meet someone who doesn't just take your light, they'll protect it. Someone who doesn't love you for your usefulness, but loves you for your being. Someone who sees your kindness, not as a weakness, but as a sacred strength. And when they hold your hand, you won't feel small, you'll finally feel safe. Because ultimately, you will understand. The dark side of kindness only exists when you forget that you deserve the same love you give away so freely. So be kind, but please don't disappear. Be gentle, but don't you ever lose your voice. Be giving, but don't forget that you are just as worthy of receiving. Because any love that costs you your peace is far too expensive. A kindness that destroys you isn't holy, it's just history repeating itself. We're never meant to fix the world by breaking yourself. You were meant to help heal it by first becoming whole. So let your kindness be steady. Let it be warm, and let it begin with you. Thank you for listening. If this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Take care.